And do you believe that this pandemic has been a very good time for Malayalam industries? Because
yeah, see, when I make a generic statement like that, it's going to be very cruel because I understand where you're going, and I'll get there. But the fact of the matter is, the pandemic has been very hard for the industry. When you start talking about the daily wage laborers, people who went back home with their bata for the day and took care of their families, it's been very hard for a lot of them. I know personally, it's been very hard. But on the other end of the spectrum, it's been good for the stature and the equity of Malayalam industry, because what has happened through the pandemic is the viewing culture has slightly changed. People have gone on to this culture of, if you hear that there's a great film in that language and it's on this platform, you want to watch it. You want to watch it with subtitles. I think that culture has now come into existence, and that has benefited Malayalam the most. Suddenly people are talking about Malayalam cinema everywhere. For a lot of them, it's a new discovery that in the south of India, the small state produces some great content. So in that way, it's been great for us. Because of what has happened through the streaming services, and because of this national recognition and this wider audience that we have found, there is a lot more money now coming into Malayalam, which means we can now start thinking of bigger films like these. So it's great, but through the pandemic, a lot of the ground level workers of the industry have struggled. Yeah.
It is true that Malayalam industry has strength, but do you think it needs a push?
In which direction?
In all the directions, whatever it is, which will make Malayalam industry a niche in the movie.
One thing we mustn't forget when we start getting all these accolades is that the reason we have gotten all these accolades and the reason we are being spoken of at the national level right now is because of what we have been doing. Okay, we have been doing. So from here on, priority number one is do what you have been doing right. Keep doing that. But also, I think now we need to start thinking in terms of taking our cinema to people across the country directly, like this. And all this, the interviews in Hyderabad, in Bangalore, in Chennai, and all that is a beginning of that process. I, as an actor, as a filmmaker, as a producer, would love it for this to be the norm now. That every time a big Malayalam film releases, not just mine, any big Malayalam film releases, I would like it if the cast and the crew came to different cities and spoke to the media, had a chance to interact with the audience there. I'm not saying that me doing this is going to change everything all at once, but it's a start. Dulquer did it for Kurup. It's a start, and I think that's the way ahead. We now need to sort of blur the boundaries and make sure we travel with our cinema rather than give our cinema to someone else and let them take it around.